All right, let's dive in. Today, we're unpacking some of the huge ideas from Grant Sabatier's book, Inner Entrepreneur. It's all about flipping the script on how you think about work and building something that actually works for your life.
So let's kick things off with a number, a really big one, 77%. This comes from Gallup's 2023 report on the global workplace. Now, that's a massive statistic, but what does it actually stand for?
Well, that's the percentage of people who are just not into their jobs. Think about that for a second. That's more than 3 out of every 4 people. It's that feeling, just showing up for the paycheck, living for Friday, and hoping the clock ticks a little faster. The book puts it so bluntly, and it's perfect. Crappy jobs have consequences. They make people sad. This just cuts right to the heart of it. It's not just about being bored. It's about the real, genuine unhappiness that comes from spending most of your time doing something that just doesn't matter to you. So, what's the fix? Well, the book argues it's not about trying to become some kind of mythical super genius entrepreneur. No, it's actually about a huge shift in your mindset, realizing that there's already an entrepreneur inside of you.
Let's really think about this. Every single day you go to a traditional job, you're selling a product. That product is your time, your skills, your energy. So the big question the book asks is, who's actually getting rich from that sale? Is it you?
And this, right here, shows the financial reality in black and white. As a regular employee, your income gets hit with high tax rates. There's usually a cap on how much you can grow. And the equity, the real wealth, you're building that for someone else. But look at the business owner side. You're building your own equity. You get much better tax rates, and the best part? There is literally no ceiling on how much you can earn.
This brings us to the most powerful idea in the whole book. This isn't about some huge transformation. It's about a realization. You already have the skills. You're already selling your time. The only thing that needs to change is who you're selling it for. Now, before you start dreaming up business plans, the book says to hit the brakes. You have to figure out your why before you even touch the how. The whole point is to build a business that serves you, not to build yourself a brand new cage. Okay, this next idea is a little bit of a paradox, but it's so important. We think freedom is about having a million options, right? But real freedom, true freedom, comes from setting your own rules. Because if you don't define your own limits for your life and your business, you'll just end up living by the ones everyone else sets for you.
And this one is all about listening to your gut. We're taught to be rational, to make pro-con lists for everything. But the book argues that our intuition, that gut feeling, is an incredibly powerful tool. It's designed to point us in the right direction, even when it doesn't make perfect sense on paper. You lead with your gut, and then you use logic to back it up.
All right, so you've got this new way of thinking, you figured out your why, so what's next? How do you actually do this? Well, the book lays out a super clear 4-level journey. It's basically a roadmap to get you from where you are today to where you want to go. The journey is broken down into these 4 stages. You start at level 1, the experimental phase. This is all about learning, trying things out. Once you find something that clicks, you become a solopreneur, focused on building a real business for yourself. Then, you hit the growth stage where you start hiring people to scale up. And finally, the empire level, where you expand your vision. See? It's not one giant, terrifying leap. It's a series of small, manageable steps.
The most important part of any trip is that first step. And that's level 1, the experimental entrepreneur. This is where everyone starts. It's designed to be low risk, super accessible, and it's the perfect place to begin.
And we have to be really, really clear on the goal here. You are not trying to launch the next Amazon overnight. Not at all. The goal is just to learn. It's all about taking action, seeing what happens, and getting real feedback from the world, not about being perfect.
So what does experimenting actually look like? Well, it's things like this. Brainstorming ideas to see what gets you excited, checking out other businesses to see how they do things, maybe throwing up a simple website to make your idea feel real. The key is just to try selling something and to learn how to manage a little bit of cash. You're not trying to get rich yet. You're building the skills and the grit you're going to need later.
And that brings us to the final and honestly the most important slide. The whole journey, it doesn't start with a product. It starts with a problem. Great businesses don't sell things. They sell solutions. So the real takeaway, the question that shifts you from just listening to actually doing, is this: what problem will you solve first?